Tuned in, turned out, and dropped out. My life in the counterculture age. Jack's story. My name is Jack. I am 17 years old and live in Cleveland, Ohio, where I recently graduated from Roosevelt High School. In the fall, I plan to go to Kent State University, where I plan to study international relations. Society today is so much different from the way that my parents were raised, mainly because of the Vietnam War, which is why I am getting into international relations. So many people today are showing how angry they are at the war, and some of my friends are even saying they're done with society and moving to what they call off the grid. Also was this big music festival called Woodstock that a lot of my friends went to, where so many famous musicians played. Woodstock was a free music festival that attracted more than 400,000 young people to a farm in upstate New York in August 1969. When my friends got back, so many of them were saying how much they loved it and saw how free and happy everyone was. I began to think that life should not be taken so seriously, and the Vietnam War was all wrong. The government was being too harsh and too brutal. Then, in May of 1970, disaster struck. Some of my friends had been protesting the invasion of Cambodia. The protests grew so large that the National Guard had to be called in, and the protesters began to throw rocks. The National Guardsmen then fired some shots right in front of me and killed one of my friends. This was called the Kent State Massacre, or an Ohio University where National Guardsmen opened fire on students protesting the Vietnam War on May 4, 1970, wounding 9 and killing 4. The next month, I decided to go with my friends out to California for the summer. Out in California, we spent a majority of our time in San Francisco, and soon ran into some people involved in the counterculture. Counterculture, the culture of the young people who rejected mainstream American society, who sought to create an alternative society based on peace, love, and individual freedom. People said that, just like us, they hated the Vietnam War and distrusted the government, and urged others to put down their guns and make peace. My friends and I quickly got involved in the counterculture lifestyle and made many new friends. One day, our new friends took us to the Haight-Ashbury district, where we met so many new people who shared our new ideals. Haight-Ashbury, a San Francisco district that became the capital of the hippie counterculture movement. We soon though saw that the counterculture lifestyle included many harmful things, such as not washing regularly and using drugs such as marijuana and acid. One of my friends said that one night at a party, she tried acid and the trip was so bad she asked that I return home as soon as possible. Around this time, Nixon had been elected president. Things began to change. Nixon was a conservative who saw that the nation was losing its sense of right and wrong. Conservative, favoring traditional views and values, tending to oppose change. By the end of summer, we had gone back to Kent State, and the counterculture movement had ended. The hippies, while they had some good ideas, had no plan to change the world. They protested the government, but soon stood in welfare lines because they were poor and homeless. We realized that while we had fun, and still hoped for an end to the Vietnam War, the government knew what it was doing, and we had to go on living our lives and working to make the world a better place with the rules we have. I went on to get a degree and soon found a job in the Ohio State Capitol.